The hardest groups out there. They've made it look easy. I mean, scored lots of goals. I think Jurgen Klopp will be delighted because when you're going into the Christmas period, loads of games coming thick and fast, just to be able to give some players, you know, some breaks. It's great to get it wrapped up early because it's not been the case in recent seasons. Liverpool have made their fans sweat, but today, or so far this season, they've been absolutely exemplary.
It's a good point. I mean, in the context of the wider season and being able to pick and choose who you want to play in the last couple of games in the group is important for Jurgen.
Oh, huge. And he'll be sitting there and he'll be able to be relaxed now. And the team will be able to relax. And that's a big point because mentally you have to get yourself up every single couple of days when you've got Champions League fixtures coming thick and fast as well. And the last phase of this, the group stages, they can chill now. You can put out a weakened team if you want. Again, put minutes into people, as Crouchy mentioned there. It's a great position to be. It's the dream position to be at this stage.
It's a shame it petered out there, wasn't it? After sort of half an hour or so, we were thinking, here we go. This is
it was, but that's football.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what else is football at the moment. Liverpool winning games of football, unbeaten in 25 consecutive matches. This is what tonight's result means for their group in the Champions League. And it's interesting, actually, every single team on there can still qualify. Porto, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan can all still make it through. And actually, for Atletico, it's still in their hands. If they can just win their final two group games, they will join Liverpool in qualifying. But Liverpool, job done already. Not only that, they have won the group with 2 games to spare. They welcome Porto to Anfield up next for them. There's plenty more still to come from us, though. We're going to be here live until 10:30 this evening. What did we say? There might be a bit of needle in this game, and so it has proved. It's been a really good game, and Liverpool have looked excellent.
They've been formidable. I mean, the Anfield factor we were talking about here during the first half plays a part, especially in the Champions League. But the first half, for me, the intensity levels have been to finish off.
That right-hand side is a real brilliant point for Liverpool. Always is. It's normally Henderson in that position, actually, that Trent's in. And it gets rolled back, and he hits a great ball like that. But Trent is just, I mean, he's unbelievable. You can see already he's looking at the space, looking what's on. And then when the ball gets rolled back, he just knows exactly what to do. And I spoke before the game about Jota and how he likes getting in the 6-yard box nowadays as well. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a typical Liverpool goal, that one. They've been brilliant this first half.
If you look at the 3 defenders there as well, they were set up in the right position. They switched off for half a second, and Trent's ball was just fantastic and a great header from Jota. Mane for this goal was special. Strength, awareness, ability, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if it's a shot or a cross, but because it's Trent, I feel like you have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's got that in his locker, but we did feel it was a shot and a great reaction from Mane.
Mane's just he's a nightmare for defenders to play against. Awful. He's got everything in his locker. He can outstrength you, he can outpace you. He's got guile, quick feet. He's got it all. I love watching him play. From
the sublime, though, to the ridiculous, there was a period where all 4 of us were sitting here wondering, what is that red card for? We can join Peter Walter now as part of our team this evening. And look, Peter, I suppose you actually think that there are numerous reasons why this may well be a straight red. And it's been confirmed from Anfield in the last couple of minutes that it is a straight red. There was no question of 2 yellows. So what do you think's gone on?
Well, if you look at the initial challenge itself, the player, Felipe, could have gone for violent conduct. The ball is not in playing distance, and he's gone beyond Mane and just basically kicked him as you go through here, there. Now, the referee sees that, says to every, hold on a moment, let's just make sure. Felipe, in the meantime, is going off. He knows he's going to receive disciplinary action, and the referee's given him every opportunity, calling him 2 or 3 times to come over to him. He doesn't bother. Is he showing there some kind of disrespect towards the referee? Is he showing an insulting gesture? And if that's the case, he can also be sent off for the insulting gesture of not going towards Danny McAlady when called through. So we'll wait and see. It could well be for the violent conduct of the actual challenge, or it could be for the way he's insulted the referee.
What's your gut feeling then? Because Danny McAlady's really experienced. He's been in a Europa League final, refed at Euro 2020. He took charge of that England game, didn't he, where he gave the penalty to England. Do you think that really what he was thinking here was yellow card for the tackle, yellow card for the descent, which is a red, or something else?
Well, actually, on reviewing the challenge again, you know, the challenge is actually quite forceful. The ball is not in playing distance at all. I wouldn't be surprised if, actual fact, that the referee has made his mind up to give him a red card on the sanction of that violent conduct action.
Thanks, Peter. You said the same, actually. You said you didn't like the look of the tackle.
I didn't like the look of the tackle, and I thought it was sort of in between a yellow and a red. I think the referee was going to give him a yellow, though, because he seemed calm in his demeanour. And I thought he was just calling him over, and then... But then I think all of a sudden, when he didn't, he thought, right, all right,
Yeah.
you're going to play that game, I'm going to give you it, because he was probably borderline anyway. But I do think he was going to give him a yellow until he didn't walk towards him.
OK, so there you go. Atletico are a man down and 2 goals down as well. But it has to be said, before that red card, Liverpool absolutely in control of this game. They look really up for it this evening. 2-0 at home against Atletico Madrid. Another great night for Liverpool this evening, and we're about to break down exactly what we've seen tonight. Because once again, as we've talked about so often over the last few weeks, it was the wing-backs, full-backs, the last couple of nights, they've dominated the conversation after the game.
Yeah, they have, and I think they're playing prominent roles. I mean, you look at fullbacks in the game in the last couple of years, they've been, in terms of touches of the ball throughout the season, they'll be at the top of the charts, a lot of them. Trent, Andy Robertson, a couple of years.
Got 3 assists tonight for City.
Yeah, and it's a big part of the game today. And when you've got the quality of someone like Trent, given the role there, but when you play it on, and you look at it, and you look at the centre half there. He had a torrid centre half in the middle. He got sent off. He was at fault, played a part in both of the goals, but he never at any point attaches himself to Jota. And when Crouchy does his piece in a minute, we'll talk about that a bit more. But he's watch him in a minute. You see him. He starts looking at other things elsewhere. He starts pointing and looking at things going on the edge of the box, looking at Mane going past the midfielder, when really you should be concentrating on your own job. You see him pointing there? No. That split second gives Jota that chance. But also, when the ball's that good, it is very difficult to defend.
Yeah, I just want to look at Jota's movement here, because the moment when Trent's looking to play that ball, that's when Jota's on the move. When I used to be in the box receiving here, just when I had this amount of space in between me, if Felipe's not attached himself there or feeling the centre forward or didn't feel me, I always felt I had the run on him. And then the moment Trent's head goes down is the moment Jota moves, and he does it to perfection.
If I wasn't attached to a forward, whether it was you, Michael, who's not someone you go, who's going to hurt.
Strength to hold people off. You know, he took 5 men away, and it was a simple task in the end.
And I think you look at the contrast. If you look at the game yesterday, we've done the Man United game yesterday. Don't want to bring Man United up and take the shine off this game, but it's really just highlights the contrast of a game. Yeah, they went down to 10 men, but even before that, this is a team who are in complete control. They're in control of every situation that's going on. Yes, they're on a great streak in terms of unbeaten run, but it's based on controlling games and really turning the intensity up, using the crowd, etc., and just having that complete control. Whereas yesterday was very much disarray and trying to get to a point of controlling but never getting there.
But it's even turning up when they need to for the first 15, 20 minutes, blowing Atletico away, coming out of the blocks fast. And then when the game was gone and it was a red card, the last 20 minutes, they took their foot off the gas. They're still in complete control, but it was a different approach to the game. It's smart.
Yeah, and Atletico tried everything, didn't they? Let's be honest. I mean, there was fouls, there was yellow cards. And Liverpool didn't become involved in it. I think they kept out of it. I think they managed the game correctly. And as you say, what they did was get the job done in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. They came out the blocks, the fans were up, everyone was on the front foot. They got the job done, got the red card, and then killed the game.
I just think that, you know, how many times do we see in football, you get ahead, a red card goes again, and everyone thinks, oh, this could be 5-6-0. It never happens. There's something subconscious in you that you save your legs, you kill the game a little bit. But I've watched Liverpool now in Europe for a good few years, and me and Ria were discussing it during the game. I mean, at Anfield, European nights, they honestly verge on being unbeatable. It's how do you stop that? They are so good and have been for a number of years now. It's almost like, you know, if there is a second leg at Anfield, well, they showed it against Barcelona. If there's a second leg at Anfield, you just can't see them ever getting beaten.
I'd go as far as to say I think it will be the ground that everybody would say will be the last one on the list they'd want to go to.
You do not want to draw Liverpool.
It was amazing when the fans weren't in the...
Welcome back. Another interesting evening, and with every passing game, every passing season, Jurgen Klopp continues to write his name into Liverpool folklore. He quite rightly now stands alongside some of the greatest names associated with this football club, and we can hear from him now. He's talking to Des.
Jurgen, you qualified from the group. It felt like it was very controlled and calm, which is not the kind of words we use normally in an Atletico game.
Yeah, in the second half, of course, that's how it is. We have an incredible schedule. And even with controlling the game, we lost a player with injury, yeah, Bobby Firmino. So that's what you have to do. I can imagine that people even want to see more goals or whatever, but we created still then chances. So we scored a goal which was disallowed. We had incredible chances in front of the goal, like, wow, how could we miss them? So I think the game was nearly perfect, like you want to have it. We scored the goals in the right moment. They were much more on the front foot than they were in the home game, how they started. But we defended that well, obviously, and then 2 incredible balls from Trent, I have to say. Fantastic finishes as well, especially Sadio's one. I think Diogo would expect from himself that he finished that off. But Sadio keeps the ball, passes to the outside, and then is greedy enough to get in the right spot in the box and finish that situation off. So. And then with the red card, we don't like that. We don't want to play against 10 men. So, but then you have to really just be careful. They scored their goal and don't know exactly how it was offside. I didn't understand it 100%. Did they deflect it or whatever? But in the end, it's 2-0. A great night.
Yeah. You said something before the game which was significant. You said they're a bit more streetwise than we are. We should not fight their fight. We should fight our own. That was good advice, as it turned out.
Oh yeah, we have no chance. We have no chance on that level. I don't say it's good or bad or whatever. It's just everybody is different in life, and you have to only use your own skill set and not try to what is that? Neutralize their skill set. We have to play our football, and that's what the boys did in most of the moments.
Yeah, I meant that in the context of the refereeing, because he was having nothing. He was making sure he was in complete control of the game.
He was, but I really hated the moment when I had to take off Sadio, because Sadio played an incredible game, but it's like, you could see, now everybody wanted, and my worry was that there's any kind of challenge in the air where you never know exactly what happens there and where's the arm and stuff like this, and if one of them goes down and makes 3 times a rollover, then Sadio's off, and that would have been the wrong thing. So, but I didn't like it, but in the end, we had to do it.
It's a big boost to have 2 Champions League games now that you don't necessarily. You can experiment, you can rotate, you can do whatever you want in those games.
You know, you earn a lot of money to win if you win Champions League games. So not me personally, it's just for the club. It's important. So that's what we will do. But of course, the first target was to get through this group, and getting through the group with 12 points after 4 match days is absolutely insane, to be honest. But we did it, and now there are 2 more games to go, and one is against Porto, a home game. We cannot be at Liverpool. We cannot in a home game. What can we do? Say, well, let them play or whatever. We have to see. But and then going to Milan, I've never been there. It's a historical one, so we will show up there as well. So that's the situation. But of course, getting through the group. I'm not sure exactly when was the draw. September or something, or August, I don't know. And when I saw the group, I didn't think and didn't expect that we will be through after 4 games. But the boys did it, and really well deserved.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In his words, nearly perfect. It's hard to argue with that.
Well, I thought it was perfect. I don't see what more. They could have got more goals. But
It's only nearly when you're Jurgen Klopp. Come on. Come on.
Well, listen, we had that graphic before. He's in a steam company there with Paisley and Dalglish. These are the kinds of people that these are the circles he's moving in now. I mean, the job he's done at Liverpool is first class. To get through that group there, a difficult group on paper, flying colours, loads of goals, being able to rest players to manage the league as well. It doesn't get much better for Liverpool at the moment.
Let's just talk then about this unbeaten run, because we're all obsessed with wins in football. But this unbeaten run of 25 games, you can compare it to Paisley's team. That is decades ago. That's how hard it is to achieve this. I just wonder what the confidence levels are like in a team when it's been that long since you lost a game of football.
You definitely become bigger. You stand, if you're 5'8", you're 6'2" in the tunnel. Your chest is out. There's a confidence that comes over you as a team. There's an aura. And I was fortunate enough to be in change rooms and in tunnels before games where the game almost felt won before you went out onto the pitch. And I'm sure these guys now, there'll be moments where they do feel like that, where they just feel immortal. They just feel like, listen, we can't get beat. There's not a chance. I don't see any threats on their team to hurt us. They can't stop us breaching their defence and scoring goals. And that's an unbelievable place to be. But you want it at the right time as well. It's great now, but you also want something like that and that kind of form and momentum to be carried out throughout the season, but also the critical period, the final hurdles of the season.
Might have been a good thing as well, when Liverpool went through a bit of a wobble, no fans at Anfield, A couple of their big players got injured. Literally lost, was it 6 games or something on the spin against a lot of them only okay teams.
6 home games in the Prem last season.
You almost think, and a lot of people at the time thought, wow, is that sort of Liverpool's bubble burst? But I think deep down everyone was thinking, no, get the fans back, get Van Dijk back, get a few of the big players back. And now they are. They're back. Everything's as it was a year or 2 ago. So, but there was that little wobble, and I think sometimes it does take, you know, you can get a bit complacent, think it's easy. I think it might have just helped them, that, losing.
I think it would have hurt a few.
Exactly.
It would have hurt a few's pride. It's like someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold. All he knew about was coming in and winning at Liverpool. He's always known as being a success at that club, and just he's a European Cup winner. He's a Champions League winner. He's won the league. Quick, early part of his career. He doesn't understand losing yet. Has a season of that, and all of a sudden, ego takes a bit of a shattering, which is normal. And there'll be loads of it. That would have been like a domino effect through the squad. But that then rejigs, as reconfigure. Okay, we're here. There's a shift now. Back, the mentality's back on to go again and win, and it shows the culture that he's got at that club is the right one.
Should we hear from him?
Love to.
All right, here he is. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold talking to Des.
Trent, a very satisfying night for you, Tim.
Yeah, it was an important one for us. You know, every game's important, but we've stuck to our game plan. You know, the game's obviously changed. They went down to 10 men. We've scored 2 kind of early goals. Fairly similar start to the game in Madrid. You know, we go 2 up, and then we've obviously learnt our lesson from where that game went. 2 up on the weekend against Brighton as well. You know, been 2 up couple games now, but we were able to see it through. We dominated the game.
Yeah, it was a smart performance. It was a clever performance. You were very calm in certain situations because Atletico like to draw you into a battle.
Yeah, and we knew that. You know, going into the game, you know what kind of team they are. They wanna suck you into their way of playing. You know, the rough team. But we've stuck to what we're good at. Kept the ball, moved it quickly, and created opportunities. And yeah, we scored two really good goals.
Yeah, your manager's very happy with your 2 assists this evening. So, but your role is evolving a little bit as well, because sometimes you're coming inside as well. But today, you stuck wide.
Yeah, you know, I think me and Mo have got a really good understanding at the minute. Things are flowing quite naturally, and obviously Hendo, you know, pushing forward up the pitch today, playing number 8 with Fab back in the team was a big help for us. You know, we're told just to be flexible. There's no set positions, move, create confusion for the opposition, and that's what we've done. And try and get on the ball and create things. And I think with the form that our front players are in, it's about getting service into them. So that's what I've done today.
Absolutely right. Thanks, Trent.
Thank you.
Top man.
Thank you.
I hate to say that after a performance like he's put in tonight, but I just think his qualities going forward are so great. I just think that he causes trouble. His delivery is incredible. I love Reece James. I think he's. And
we're going to show you all the goals before 11 o'clock, and then we'll chat on until 11:30. I just want to talk about mentality in Liverpool for a second, because whether it's someone like that struggling for form and then coming back and playing the way he is, or whether it's every time this season they drop points. 4 times they've drawn games, 4 times they've won the match after. That tells us a lot.
That's what champions do. That's what the best players. I've been fortunate enough to play for a few different clubs, and honestly, you can see it. Different cultures at different clubs. Some teams are happy to win a game, and that bumps you up 2 or 3 places, and all of a sudden, we're not sort of flirting with relegation, or we're quite happy in 5th or 6th or whatever it might be. And then you go through the door at some of the big clubs with big players, and you just realise every day is like a battle. Every day is a war on the training pitch, 5-a-sides. Like people are coming in covered in blood and fighting and arguing. And it's like, but that's what you need to be. You have to be so strong mentally to continue to win. It's just, it's all in the mind. That's where the players are different, because they're stronger mentally. That's what makes the difference between an average and a great player.
Brilliant. Just to let you know that we're not just about the Champions League here on BT Sport. We've also got plenty more football coming your way.